Hey, this will be the weekly review of the Warrior charts. We will go over the week of March 1st of 2010. If you're unfamiliar with this, what we do at Bull Warrior Stocks is every weekend we send out 5 chart setups, and then every Friday we come back and go over them, whether they're winners or losers, and that way everybody can see kind of how things unfolded. So right here is the email you're looking at that we sent out. If you're interested in getting these sorts of emails, all you have to do is go to bullwarriorstocks.com, sign up, and you're good to go. Our focus chart for the week was ONCI, and we're going to end the video with that one. But for now, let's just get started. Our first chart of the week was a BCON. This was our pattern play, and what we had was a falling wedge pattern. As you can see, our support line here, our resistance line here are forming this falling wedge pattern. This is a bullish pattern within technical analysis, so we were just looking for some sort of breakout from here. So let's go to the chart and see what happened. And once again, bullwarriorstocks.com, just go there and sign up if you want to get on and start receiving these sorts of emails. So this blue line here, this just represents what the chart looked like when I sent it out over the weekend. Here we had our falling wedge pattern. And what we're going to do for this is go to the 60-minute chart so we can kind of better show how you could have played this. So here's what we had Monday morning. It gapped up, and technical analysis 101, the basics, whenever resistances are broken, they become supports. So we gapped up here, which made this become a support level. We had the pullback, so you could have bought in right down here around 40.5 cents. And then from there, the next couple of days, things really took off. And this move here was about 8.5% window. So sure, you might not have made 8.5%, but if you played it absolutely perfectly, you had about 8.5, 9% profits in here. But hey, even if you made 5% in a matter of a day and a half, that's not too bad. You definitely can't get that walking into your local bank. So this one was a nice winner for us. Quick, you had to be sitting at your computer, and if you had an order right down here around this area that had turned into support, it would have been a very nice entry for you. Our next one was TRE. This was a volume alert play, and what we look for in these ones are just abnormally large volume. You can see here we had 405 mapped out as our pullback entry. So let's see what happened with this one. So here's what the chart looked like. You can see blue line once again just represents what the chart looked like when we sent it out. This first day kind of got wild, pulled back. So anybody that had been sitting at 405 would have been filled, or you could have even averaged down a little bit more. That's actually what I did. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to assume that people got in at 405. Then you can see the next day it rebounded very nicely, went up and hit a high of 428. So that move right there from 405, then the next day up to 428 was a 5.7% move. So once again, not too shabby. Holding a few days and you're making just under 6%. You definitely can't, go get a CD at a bank and make that. Maybe you can if you hold on to it for a year, but a couple of days, 6%, not too bad. Now, if you had gotten in lower, obviously that percentage would be even higher, but we're just assuming you had gotten in at 405 and didn't average down or anything like that. So this one was another winner for us. Our next chart was MTG. This was our trend trading play, and what we like for these ones is just finding stocks that are in strong uptrends here. We pointed out the 200-day, the 50-day, both upsloping nice way, showing that this is a nice trend. So these are ones where we want to go with the trend. You don't want to go against it. So we were looking to go long here because the trend is up. So once again, this is what the chart looked like, and what we had was a nice little possible entry day here. We closed on Friday, last Friday I should say, at 766. So we're just assuming you got in at 766. You could have gotten in as low as actually 755, but we're going to base our percentages off a 766 entry. And then the rest of the week, 3 days in a row, this little low $8 range was really a pain in the neck. I had gotten in down here, and on Twitter and stuff, I was talking about how if this level would bust, there'd be a good chance that it could come up here and retest highs. And finally today, it got through and is crept up and actually hit exactly, actually a penny above this high right here was 839. It hit 840. So from a 766 entry up to 840, that was a 9.7% move. I'm all out of this one now. I think I made about 6% on it. But 6% in a week, I'm not going to complain about that. Especially with these ones, you can put in a lot more money because there's liquidity. So 6% on larger chunks of money, isn't too bad for a short period of time like this. And I should also note the market's still open. That's why you see that price right there fluctuating back and forth. The next one we had was MTU. This was our pending breakout play, and we just look for areas where there might be a breakout. You can see that this 517 area was really being a pain in the neck, so we were made this our area of breakout that we wanted to watch and see if it could get through there. That'd create a buy signal for us. So here's what the chart looked like, and right there on Monday, it got through, went up, and hit a high of 522. So had you gotten in right around 517, 518. Next day went up and hit 522. That day hit 523, and then since it's just been pretty much going sideways. So we're just going to classify this one as a break even or no play. Had you gotten in, you could have made a little bit of profit, or you could have easily just sold for a break even, since there's plenty of chances for that. Hopefully nobody sold for a loss, because there's plenty of opportunities to at least break even. So we can't count it as a winner because we didn't get a required 5%. But at the same time, just basically went sideways with some fluctuations upward. So yeah, you could have technically made a profit. So this one just falls into a no play or break even category for us. Can't claim victory on this one. And then back up to our focus chart. This was a bottom bouncer play. We had seen these higher lows being put in and mapped out these two areas of support. It's one of these things where you would either want to buy on weakness where it pulls back, or wait for a breakout of this 23.5 cent area to get in, and those would be a couple buy signals. So let's pull up this chart and see how we did in this one. So once again, this is what the chart looked like, and if you remember, we had these two lows. This day here, it never got up and broke out above this high, so there was no sort of breakout buy signal. This day it did pull back though to this support, so the people that like to buy on weakness and buy at support levels had a possible entry here at 16 cents. And then you can see here it started to rebound on some bigger volume, and then here it actually went back up and hit 22 cents. So this right here was about a 30% move. So very nice gainer for the people that were patient, bought on this pullback here, and then with this upwards move. Sure, that doesn't look like a lot on the chart, but when we're talking about pennies here, that adds up pretty quickly. So from 16 cents down here up to a high of 22, that was a nice 30% gainer. So this was our big winner for the week, and like I said, this was our focus chart. So hopefully some people were watching it and made some money on it. So like I said, this was our Warrior Charts review. One last time, if you're interested in getting these, all you have to do is go to bullwarriorstocks.com, sign up, and you'll be on the list, and you'll start to get these every weekend. So thanks for listening. Let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully some of our subscribers made some money on these plays. We'll have a new batch out tomorrow, so make sure to sign up and be ready. Have a good weekend.